Dr. Evizal Abdul Kadir to present his topic on Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence towards Smart Sensing System. Okay, please welcome Dr. Evizal.
All right, thank you, Dr. Zul, for your time. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to UiTM Pahang, especially to organize and invite me as one of the speaker in these talks. So I'm going to say about IoT and AI, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. As we know, the two is technology become attention for the future or a few next year, because IoT with the sensing system and the artificial intelligence, where the intelligence systems is become a smart to the sensing system. I am Efizal Abdul Kadir from Department of Informatic Engineering, Universitas Islam Riau. So, okay, this Riau is actually close to the KL and Singapore. Then we are here at the Pekanbaru, is a capital city of the Riau. So this is our university and our main office or rectorate. Okay. Okay, the outline for my talk in this morning is we touch a bit about IR, Industrial Revolution, Internet of Things, Artificial Intelligence, then comparison of conventional and the smart sensing. So we're going to the AI involved in the sensing. The picture sensing is not only sense the value of the objects, but furthermore have to do something like actuators. So we have decision making. It's not just show the value. So become smarter and become intelligent. So the next is Internet of Everythings and conclusion. Okay. As we know, IR 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. So the 4.0 is the cyber physicals with the assist by AI. So the next is IR 5.0 with the involved in AI for decision making, enhanced decision is actually IR 4.0 already smart, but involve more decision making become smart. Then okay. So this according to the survey, this top 12 technology become attentions. One of these the technology is machine learning with which is AI and deep learning some more, as well as Internet of Things with the sensing or sensor and cameras. So the cameras is not only just a view or record the picture, but become to analyze what going to happen and what happened in the actual history. So there is these two become attention. Beside that, with its sharing, sourcing, mobility, 3D printing, and others technology as well. Okay, AI, we have known well what is AI. The simulation or human intelligence to put in the machine process, especially computing, to become smart, become as human intelligent. So the AI, as we see, the first generation is artificial intelligence, just smart machine, and the next process has become machine learning. So it's not only smart, but also the learning the process, learning for the previous history. Then for the further with the complex data, with the high amount of data, so we need deep learning to analyze the complexity of the data. So I just pass through because of time. Okay, this some of the mention of Bill Gates and Elon Musk say AI is scary because the future AI is become similar to the human intelligence, even more than human intelligence. Then is IoT. As we know, Internet of Things is everything connected to internet. Before that, maybe our smartphone, our laptop, maybe our PC connected to the internet. For the next, everything's our home appliance. Before that, maybe at our home only have the CCTV connected to the internet. For the next future, maybe our washing machine, our rice cooker, our fridge, everything connected to machine. Even our car. Why this required? Because don't need to human intervention. Next, also popular is M2M, machine to machine communications. There's machine. There is even now our smartphone can book hotels without human interference. They can we put a schedule in the calendar. We are going to visit, let's say, on the city, so we have to stay 2 nights, let's say. So we ask our mobile phone to book the hotel. Also, the hotel is not without the human interference, machine to machine automatic book. This simple example of the Internet of Things, including uh, manufacturing, industrials, hospital, etc. So this is some definition from various source. IoT is a concept of canvassing various platforms. There are various many platform. So IDC said a network connected either wired or wireless. So Cisco said IoT is the next evolution of the internet. GSMA say IoT device as those capable two-way data transmissions, and the popular one is by sensor and actuator connected by network to computer systems. There is it's not only sensor but also actuator as the output of the smart sensing. Okay. Survey said this year 2020, 200 billion devices connected to the internet, connected to the computer networks. All devices contribute data. Simple things, our CCTV connected to the internet every day, record and contribute to data. Similar other things, our mobile phone, chat, whatever is it, record data, connect to the internet. So all data. Then the next 10 years, by 2030, so expected survey said 700,000% increasing number of sensings, because everything connected. Even before that, our let's say our car is only got the camera or reverse sensor or forward sensor. Next, maybe everything is got sensor. You have a door sensor, you got seat sensor, everything seat sensor to check how many passenger or how many people in on board the car. So the seat also got sensor. So everything connected sensor, then all record to the network. Then this survey said now it's 2020. The data without M2M, machine to machine communication, 57 or something like 60 exabyte. By next 10 years, expected very tremendously exponential, increasing by 5,000 exabyte data. This is a very huge data, because everything is connected to internet and pump data to the system. So there is need high speed data communication. So we touch a bit about currently 5G already deployed in some of the country. So the 5G is, we know, is a gigabit data communication. So with this 5G, for the next, actually this 2020 and this 2030, 5G is not enough to cover data transmission with a huge number of sensing. So we need a terabit data transmission, data communication. So this is a challenge for the research on, especially on the computer communication or network communication, how to create a terabit per second data communication. Besides that, it's not only virtual reality or augmented reality, but more than XR, extended reality integration in fully in 6G by 2030. So now maybe is partially maybe smart education, smart teaching and learning, just partially. For the next purely, as well as AI may be partially in this involved. The next 2030, the next 10 years is become fully occupied with the artificial intelligence, as well as high speed up to 1,000 kilometers, delay everything. Then just speed, how the 5G is speed, very high data rates, even mobility up to 500 kilometers, capacity, reliability, very low latency, less than millisecond, 5 millisecond. So we can imagine, if you have movie at 100 megabytes. So before that, GPRS, the previous 19th year, 19th in the 19th, we did 36 hours. Now if you use 4G is only 40 seconds, and 5G is only 1 second to download 800 or 1 gigabyte movie or data. So very fast. We can't imagine for the 6G next on with the terabit per second data communication. This actually is very required for the high speed because huge number or billion number of sensing. There is need all speed. As simple. Now is autonomous car, autonomous vehicles need very low latency and high speed communication, because if the delay is high, because the sensing is there is delay is, let's say in front of our car got 10 meter with the 100 kilometers, there is only a few seconds. If the delay is high, is cannot avoid the accident, or so they need a very minimum delay. Then is examples, we see 5G, 1G on the voice, second G is with the text, 3G with the data, and this is with video, and this actually with visuality, and next is holographic communications. I just pass through. Big data and internet of things is the two part is cannot spread each other, because IoT with the sensing system, mostly the IoT we can define is sensing, contribute data. Everything is contribute data, our factory, our office, everything. Then become the data, big number of data, they become big of data. So we need to analyze big number of data with the smart systems to separate or to filtering noise data, is unused data, which unused data. So this big data and IoT is two part is. Then with the big number of data, we the older learning algorithm is cannot tackle about that. So we need to further advanced algorithm, which is deep learning. So this older learning is saturated, so we high amount of data, so we need deep learning to analyze data. Then we see Internet of Things, IoT, AI, and then big data. So the 6G, 5G and 6G communication is one integration, and then 6G with the smart people or connecting peoples. Then this block, something like in the middle is sensing. In the middle, sensing is with the Internet of Things, IoT, contact with data, and then machine learning. So this in the end application with the decision. So this become one packet intelligent system. So the AI embedded on the sensing. So this next is not only IoT but IoE, Internet of Everything, involving connecting people in the most relevant, valuable way. It's just smart people. Let's say, for example, simple example. Let's say every week we have call our parent, or we call our children. So the next is connect with people. So the machine learning, or they are know, so they schedule every week have to call our parent. This is connecting becomes smart. Then this sensing, actually the IoT, this sensing, as this sample of the conventional sensing. Before that, if we got temperature sensor, just display a sensor, that's all, nothing to do. We just, oh, this temperature is 28, 27, 30. So we have to record manually by data logs. We need data 5 minutes, so we have to record 5 minutes, and then manual book. Then next we got automatic data loaded to the computers, and now is the data is farmed to the cloud computing for data sharing. This everyone can use the data. So this one smart sensing system. So for example, our smartwatch. So with the smartwatch, without our mention, they know they are learning the process. Or this walking speed is not walking, this running. So there's something scanning. So involve AI over there. So furthermore, it's not only scanning, they are sensing how many kilometer, how far you routing or walking or running or jogging. So they are, we summarize, we analyze how many calorie you have spent on the half an hour or 1 hour jogging. So they are sharing your records. You have this one. So it is the smart sword is involved AI. This simple thing process. The next is everything of sensor is become smart. Even our fridge, when you put let's say our fridge got 10 eggs over there, so there is sensing. If you egg one egg is your less, the reminder you egg only get once, you have to top up more. So there is something like that. There is smarts, all the things. Your copy maker, everything. They're sensing. This sample our research in both our laboratory, as our real is fires, forest fire or wildfire. So we got some fire sensing over there. So before that, just involve there is fire. That's all. We have to do. Now the smart sensing is not only just we got fire. What is fire? The source, the cause of fire. We test with the normal fire and we got fire with the vapor. We can differentiate. It's normal fire is no fire. It's not from wildfire or forest fire because no carbon over there. So we have to put carbon sensing, temperature sensing, light sensing, everything to analyze. Is it fire from the forest or just normal fire? This for as well as the smoke or haze. Is it haze from the forest fire or the pollution of the transportation? This become smart with in the end we can conclude this fire from forest and fire from the pollution or others. So involve AI over there. Second things, our had a system water quality or water pollution monitoring system. We use some sensing to identify. Is again, it's not just only our river or our lake is got polluted. It's not enough. Need to analyze polluted because what the source of the pollution. So the chemical content was over there. So we analyze with the computerized with the data records because a few sensor like DO, SA, a few sensor we put, so we can identify. Let's say this our prototype we going to put on the small lake over there, so we know the chemical content this lake is polluted because for what, for what kind of chemical. So they need to analyze. It's not just mention this your lake is your river is polluted. So this some of the analysis involved in AI. So this we try to distribute an IoT. So there is a few sensing system. Again, based on data we record on the this still water pollution, water quality. So we analyze data. So in the end, we working with the chemistry because we need to further extend with very detailed chemical content. So we work together with the chemistry. So what kind of the content of chemistry? Some in real bio river over there and bio industrial operate. Each industrial they got a specific chemical to use in the industrial process. So we know this water polluted content by this chemical used by this factory, or the polluted water because of the household or sink or garbage or something or environment or others river. This the conclusion in the end we need to specific what kind of the chemical and the source. This so we know the source of the
I'm sorry,
pollution.
Dr. Rizal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I think you have another 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, this and then now we are going to do a research in the healthcare. So this current pandemic COVID, we use Wi-Fi sensing is currently Wi-Fi everywhere. So we use inbox fogging system, cloud computing, so deep learning because the complexity of data. What we're going to do is because we use a concept of Doppler's FD frequency Doppler because when we move, actually it interrupt the frequency. We use this moving, so to analyze the signal. Let's say in the home you got Wi-Fi. When you're standing, jogging, relax, there's sense effect for the signal, automatic signal from the Wi-Fi. So is a sample Wi-Fi. This let's say when you are standing, there's no movements. Let's say when you open the door in your rooms, in your room you got Wi-Fi, so this signals effect to the opening the door. When you are sitting, even small motion, small movement, they can detect. So we use this parameter, you use the signal as basic to justify, identify what kind of your activity is doing. So we use the activity for the patient or the in the ward, so temperatures, movement, so we can conclude with AI involves finalize what and minimize number of the staff, medical staff to visit the visitor by remote monitoring. So CCTV as well is not only for the camera but for the analysis. We can identify this a car or vans or truck or lorry. So the size of car. So it's not only just see the traffic jam or not, but identify how many car, how many bus, how many truck flow in the one day. Even walking, people walking, we can analyze. Furthermore, this facing recognition system. In some smart city, when you enter, let's say as you are tourism visitors, you do criminals, you can track everywhere. So by facing system, like smartphone, maybe even you leave your smartphone, some city they can track you. When you go into shopping complex, there is camera, or you are in this camera, they analyze your image. When you go to public area, open public, you also when you go on to immigration, you go office, even there's without smartphone, some city still be able to tracking you where you are positioned by image processing. So sensing is everywhere. Now we cannot avoid. It's not only just our phone by GPS, because camera with image you are now positioned here, here. Even you can trace the distance as well. This another application for educations. Next is holographic teachings. This one of the restaurant use drones. Is not only drop the parcel or the foods, but only the justify whether you are order by image passing because the drone have camera to verify whether you are order, because you order with smartphone, there is camera record. So by next 2030 is because of technology, some job is disappear. Survey said by 50%. 2 billion jobs disappear by 2030 because of the takeover by technology. This is very scary, some of the people, but anyhow, we have to go for it. So conclusions, as I said just now, is computer performance better than human performance. But when is it? We don't know. But some survey said it's very close now because of the AI and with the deep learning, etc. So the conclusion is sensing is not only just a sense, but more than scanning, sensing, and actuation. There is output over there. Become a smart and intelligent system without human intervention, with the machine to machine to communication. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. I return back to Dr. Zul. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Dr. Zul.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Avizal, for the such informative topic on the Internet of Things, smart sensing system, and artificial intelligence. So I would like to open Q&A session. For those who want to ask the question, you can also unmute your mic if you wish to speak directly to the speaker, or you can also type in your question in the chat box. So here we have question to Dr. Avizal. Okay, how strong is fuzzy mathematics in the application of big data, IoT, or smart sensing?
Yes, fuzzy logics or fuzzy mathematics can be used for the less decision accuracy. I mean, I'm not going to say it's simple, but the less accuracy. For those is high accuracy and very high complex of data, need to do with the advanced algorithms and advanced analysis. Let's say deep learning now is one of the methods or algorithm and other algorithm, because fuzzy, as we know, is a, just decision with the normally is a low, medium, high, just separate. So with the small number of data, with the less complexity, it can be used, or we can use mix for the less, then we invoke on other algorithms to analyze further. So actually fuzzy logic can be used, but was the simple analysis for the simple decision making. For the edge fund with the complexity, like our case just now, we have prototype. We have a 6 or 7 sensor, like water pollution. We have DO, dissolved oxygen. We have EC. We have temperature. We have pH. We have flow level. So very complex data. Each other is cross. We have to consider fuzzy logics. Very hard to tackle about it. I think that's all. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rizal. This one is a question to Dr. Rizal also from Yusuf. How was the adoption of artificial intelligence in the manufacturing industry in Malaysia? I'm not sure if you're aware about the AI in Malaysia.
Yes, in overall, it's not only just Malaysia. But some of manufacturing, we know we use robots. Robots. Normally, a robot we when we do a task like welding is just welding, or painting is just painting. But furthermore, it's not just painting or just welding. We analyze the result of painting. Let's say the robot we assign to paint the car. Okay, they're painting. If we as current robot is just finished painting, just finished. The next is we analyze with the camera how the result of painting. Let's say the robot reports or the result is painting is some defects over there. So we inform automatically. Is we stop the painting is not like just now is when the painting is now, oh, the painting is defect, we have to throw all the advance the technology. When the painting is got defect, they are automatically stop. Then inform the person in charge of whatever is it. So more intelligent, more advanced. So this, in my view, is the next for the industrials, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Rizal. Another question here. There is also a chance that the software can be hacked and your personal information misused and led to the privacy issues. What's your opinion about this, Dr. Rizal?
Yes, now is our smartphone very scary. Everyone's actually without our even though we have do a password, this is a very high chance to be our data is to be stolen, because something this pro and con. When you install the one of the application, there is term and condition. All your picture, let's say all your picture, all your text belong to our company. So if we not accepted, we cannot install the already. So this one of the data stolen. Some of the is people trying to hack your application, either by fake website or whatever you hack. So what going to do is we cannot avoid over this because of technology. We have to use our smartphone. Even now we are teleconference. Someone maybe can hack even if we have password. So what I suggest is to minimize to put important data to our smartphone. So actually we cannot protect. Even we put smart password where we said some people can hack. So what I suggest is to not to put the important data or privacy data in our smartphones. So minimize, connect to public internet or whatever is not this public internet. Let's say our shopping complex, we are some people is if got often Wi-Fi or often free Wi-Fi is very happy because they are free, don't need to pay. Some this is one of the people going to take you extract your data. I think
Okay,
this
thank
all.
you so much, Dr. Rizal. Thank you so much for the very informative explanation on that. Okay, I think I may stop at the moment because we are going to continue with our second session of today's program. Okay.
Terima kasih sudah menonton video ini dan nantikan materi menarik lain pada video berikutnya, serta jangan lupa untuk subscribe dan like Terima kasih atas perhatian Anda semua. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.